Now down to 2013 was all about Serena Williams when it came to women's tennis. It was an inspirational season for the 32-year-old who became the oldest world number one in WTA history, accruing 11 titles and adding the French and US Opens to a trophy case that now has 17 majors. It leaves her just one behind Chris Evert, who's tied for 4th place on the all-time list.
I think her year was phenomenal. I think it's wonderful that she, at her age, can still find the motivation and the inspiration to go out there and try to improve her game. And she did very much. She became a better defensive player. She worked on her physical fitness. I think she ran down a lot more balls. She cut down on her errors, and she's just very, very inspired. She's gone through a lot of adversity in her life, and I think she finally has come to a place in her life where she realizes her place in history, I think, which is very important.
2013 represented a breakthrough year for Williams, free of injuries and a commitment to carving up the history books.
I think the one thing about Serena is she didn't have, like 12 complete full years on the tour. I mean, she was in and out of the game, whether for injuries or other interests or for whatever reasons. And I think mentally and emotionally, she didn't really commit 100% all those years. And I think now she has enough in reserve that she is committing, so she's able to do it.
The result of that commitment was mind-blowing. Williams obliterating the WTA's single-season prize money record and totally dominating the field thanks to a career-best 34-match winning streak.
I think it's great for tennis. I think, women's tennis is criticized because men's tennis has great rivalries going on now, and everyone's looking for a rival for Serena and saying, but that's what's missing. But on the other hand, when you have a player that is head and shoulders better than anyone, the field eventually catches up, and that improves the whole standard of women's tennis. So, I think there's a positive there. I mean, we should appreciate the brilliance of Serena Williams.
In the past, Williams may have relied on her athletic prowess to get by, but right now, there are very few players on the WTA Tour who can match her all-round abilities and her overall consistency.
First of all, what makes her dominant is her power. I mean, when you look at the next tier and you look at Azarenka, Maria Sharapova, I mean, they don't have the power in every shot. And I think it's the serve. The serve will win her a lot of easy points, and her power, her mobility, her anticipation is very good. And I think what she's worked on really is, you see her on the court always putting her hand down, is really to stay calm and to be cool under pressure. I think that's what she's really worked on.
When she won her first Grand Slam title in 1999, tennis was a game ruled by baseliners. As Williams matured, she began an era of female power hitters, but she's now surpassed that. It seems there's an inevitability about her reaching Grand Slam 18.
She clearly is the greatest player of this generation, and she deserves it. And I think she can even go further, by challenging Steffi's of 22. I mean, to me, if her body holds up and she keeps up that motivation, she could definitely play another 3 years and pass up 22 Grand Slams.
Melbourne beckons, and the stage is set for the world's best female tennis player to continue ripping up the record books in 2014.